PT, may I come in?
Yeah, come in.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Colin. I'm a study and physical therapist at Governor State. Just to make sure, can I get your first name and your date of birth?
Sure. Jonathan, March 28th, 1971.
Thank you. I just have to do a quick COVID screening test. So, in the past 48 hours, have you experienced any symptoms of fever, any cough, shortness of breath, runny nose, nausea, diarrhea?
No.
Has anyone in your house tested positive for COVID in the last 14 days?
No.
Have you or anyone in your household been exposed to anybody who's been positive in the last 14 days?
Not that I'm aware of.
Have you or anyone in your household traveled outside of the state of Illinois in the last 14 days?
No.
And then, are you currently waiting on the results of a COVID test?
No.
All right, thank you. All right, so just to get started, so today, just doing an evaluation, so it should take about 5 to 10 minutes. All we're doing is I'm just trying to get a few answers out of you, a bit of information about why you're here today, and then what we're going to do for the future. Any questions or concerns before we get started?
No, it makes sense.
All right. And this is all fine and good with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So, why are you here today for physical therapy?
So, over the last, I'd say really, it's been a few years. I have occasional kind of discomfort in my hip. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's not as bad. I notice it the most when I've been sitting for a long time. It's like I work at a computer, sit at a desk most of the day. And so I find that if I forget to stand up and move around, I try to do that, but when I forget, those days it's always worse. And also, I sleep on my side, and this is the side I sleep on. I don't know if that would have any impact or not. Sometimes my shoulder hurts too, and I think that's because, at least partially because I fall asleep on that side.
That makes sense. So then you said a few years. Do you know exactly how long, or just a general ballpark? It's been a while.
No, yeah, I just say probably, honestly, probably 5 or 6 years on and
On a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being nothing, 10 being I need to go to the emergency room, where do you think you would put your pain?
off. I'd probably put it around, for some of the time, honestly, 0 or 1. I notice it's mostly like when I get up and those first few steps. Sometimes I would say that's more like maybe up to like a 5. And then, on days when maybe I've been sitting a lot, maybe later in the evening, it might be like a 2. So it's just kind of there, doesn't really interfere with my life in any meaningful way, just there.
So when you're sitting at your computer, that you're saying it's not bothering you then, like you don't feel it really?
I think it's probably more that I don't notice it because like when I stop working and I start to get up, even before I start to get up, I'll kind of notice that it just feels a little tight's not the right word. I just a little painful.
Okay. So it's a 5 when you're standing up, but like it's kind of there when
Like
you're
those
sitting
first
down.
few, like sometimes like when I stand up, those first few steps, I'll actually literally almost like hobble or limp like. So yeah.
So let's say you're sitting in the living room on your sofa or a comfortable chair. Is it still bothering you then, or is it really in your desk chair at work?
I notice it most in my desk chair at work. Occasionally, if I've been sitting for a long time at home, I'll notice it then too. But also, I have to say, I have terrible posture when I sit at home. So I sit in the sofa, and I will sit like this, and I'll put a leg up on a coffee table that's in front of me. And then actually, it's just funny, when I do that right now, I just like totally feel kind of right along my hip. I feel when I extend my leg like that, it just hurts.
How would you describe that pain?
It almost feels like muscle pain. Like almost like a Charlie horse. And again, it's not like severe. I definitely feel it, and it kind of runs right through here.
So you're saying it's kind of like, it's not throbbing, but it's like achy.
It's more like a sharp.
Oh, sharp pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say more sharp. And then like when I do that, or like when I take those first few steps, if I've been sitting a long time, it's like more of a sharp pain. Like right now, I would say I have like maybe a 1.5 of just kind of a little bit of a dullness.
Okay. So do you like to go on walks?
Yeah, actually, I take my dog for a walk literally every morning, about 3.5 miles.
So then, when you go on those walks, does it bother you at all? I mean, you've not
No,
been sitting.
no, no. Like actually, I would say when I'm active, I don't notice it at all.
And then when you sleep, is it bothering
That's a great question. Obviously, I guess not.
you? Okay. I suppose you
Otherwise,
would
I would
know.
know. Yeah, no. Now that you say that, I honestly I don't think that it does.
Okay. You don't notice it when you wake up in the morning and get out of bed?
No, no. It's really because I'm thinking about it. The only time I really notice it is when I've been sitting.
Okay. Right, so just sitting. Right, that makes sense. Okay then. Um, so then, what do you see? Um, how do you see this working? Yeah, for physical therapy. Like, what do you expect from me? What do you expect from these visits in the future?
Sure. So I guess I'm hoping that there's maybe a set of exercises or something that I could do that would maybe help. Or yeah, I'm guessing this is not the kind of like this is not severe enough that like I want to be coming to a physical therapist, regularly for treatment. Um, this would be more something where I would be hoping that you could maybe pinpoint what's causing it and give me some suggestions to improve it, things that I could put into practice. Whether it's just the way that I'm sitting, or if there are just some exercises that I might be able to learn how to do, so that if I start feeling pain, I know how to deal with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'd love to do it. Love to help you out with that. So then, um, your goal would, I mean, really, you want to just not be feeling that pain when you're sitting down, and
Yeah,
really not have those few hobbling steps that you were talking about. You really just want to,
yeah,
get away from that.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all right. No, we can definitely figure out some exercises. Definitely can figure out something that's going to work. I'd probably still want you to come at least once a week, just so we can kind of see how things are going. I like to be able to give you maybe some heat that might help with the the pain over there, either that or ice. Um, but some kind of exercise that we could do together. I'd love to be able to do some uh, stretch you out a little bit, and that's something that only I can do. You can't really do that as well. But again, I can give you a bunch of exercises and stretches that you can go home and do every day. You don't have to come into the clinic and see me and go, have this whole business for 45 minutes to an hour. I understand that people have time, so we can
Well, it's
definitely
more
figure.
than money than the time. I don't mind leaving work for an hour.
Understandable. Um, just again, basic information. Now we've talked about this. Do you have any past medical history? Have you had major
No,
surgeries? No major
no,
surgeries.
no,
Okay.
nothing like that. No chronic health issues.
Okay. Are you
No,
taking any kind of medications?
no. I just take some like over-the-counter vitamins, fish oil, stuff like that.
No problem. All right. Well, I think that clears up everything. So, like I said, we'd probably want to have you come in once a week for 4 to 6 weeks, and we'll see from there how we're doing. And again, I'll as soon as I've taken some time to really think this through, figure out exactly what's going on with your hip, the rest of your leg. I'll plan out some exercises for you. I can actually send you home with a couple stretches and exercises today.
Great.
But in the future, I'd obviously like to give you some more to do. Once a week, again, you'll just come in here. We'll do some heat, do some exercises and stretches. I'll stretch you out, and then we'll give you some ice if you need it, and you can be on your way. So we're probably talking again like 45 minutes to an hour a week, and that would just be that one time. Again, probably want you to be doing those exercises and stretches
Sure.
as much as possible because that's what's going to help you with that pain. Other than that, I'd probably try to work on your posture. Sitting with a straight back. I mean, you're doing a decent job with that
This
chair.
is a good chair.
Yeah, your back is against it. You
I
got your
noticed. I
feet
noticed
planted.
that you have the comfortable chair, your doctor.
Oh, I'm on the wheels. Anyways, yeah. So working on your posture, maybe getting a comfortable chair, and probably changing how you sit at work, or you could possibly be at a standing desk. That would probably also be helpful. I would recommend that if you don't have one already. Use a standing desk, and yeah, I think that'll be good.
All right.
So this is my card with my my email, my number. You can call us at any time you need anything. We'll
Okay.
obviously get a hold of you and talk about your future schedules and visits. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
It's really a pleasure to meet you,
Yeah,
and
you too.
I'm excited to keep working with you.
All right, thanks.